All right, we're going to show you in this tutorial how to create a customized name tag that is actually going to be cut out on our CNC machine. And you're going to use a program called Aspire. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the lower left-hand corner here. You need to be logged on to the VDI. So go ahead and get yourself logged on to the VDI if you have not yet done that. Once logged on to the VDI, you can come in here to the lower left-hand corner and type Aspire. Aspire. That will open up a window here for Aspire. We're going to select Create New File. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our job. Now, our nameplate's only going to be single-sided, so we're just going to work our way down the left-hand side of the job setup here. The width of our project is going to be 8 inches of our job size. Our height is going to be 3.5, and our thickness is going to be 0.75, and that's all in inches. You're going to select the 0 position here. Z is going to be the material surface, and your XY datum position is going to be in the center. At that point, everything else is pretty simple here. We don't necessarily need any of these at the bottom, so just go ahead and click OK. Ourselves the ability to get back to our design here. We're going to first click File. We're going to do a Save As. And we're going to save it under the following folder: MS Tech Ed, Students, Fin, Steam, and then your appropriate Steam folder. Here in this case, it's to be your appropriate 9 weeks. And if you have not already, you're going to need to create a folder just by clicking New Folder and click your name. Now, if you already have a folder, just go ahead and save it there in that folder. We're going to call this Your Name and click Save. So we've now created ourselves a box that we're going to put a few designs in. Now, from here, what you're going to do, we're going to establish, in this case, we're going to establish a border. And you can use a circle or a square or a star or whatever you want to do, as long as it fits inside of this box here. But I'm gonna choose my ellipse, and you can see that our axis here is centered in the middle. And I'm going to make my ellipse slightly smaller than the block itself that we're going to be engraving upon. So I'm going to make it like 2.75 inches. And the height is going to be, actually, no, we're going to make that 7 inches. And the height is going to be 2.75 inches. So X is 7, height is 2.75. We're going to create. So now we've established our outer ring. Now the only thing what we need to do now is we're going to reduce this a little bit by 1/4 inch. So 7 minus 1/4 is going to be 6.75. And we're going to reduce this down to 2.5. Click Create. Click Close. Now it's time to put some text on here. Our text, you're going to click our Draw Text command. You're going to type what you'd like to put on your design. You can do capital letters if you'd like. My recommendation would be to avoid Times New Roman and select a little simpler font here. The font that I would recommend using here is this Gothic semi-bold. Really simplifies the letters. And we can say close. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to simply drag this thing out to be the right size. Move it around a little bit. And what we'll need to do in order to move this around a little bit is you're going to use this little transform object. click the transform objects, and we're going to select an object, and it just allows you to move it, kind of center it. You can use your arrow keys too to kind of center everything up. Click close. And our two-dimensional work here in this very simple exercise is complete. So now that we've finished up our two-dimensional sketch work here, we're actually going to put this into a three-dimensional object and actually do what's called a toolpath. Now, using a CNC machine, they have certain different types of toolpaths. So over here on the right-hand side of your screen, you are going to select toolpath. And you are going to select V-carve. V-carve. Now at this point, we are going to select our text and our circle here. And we're going to select V-carve. And our depth, we're going to take down to point. Start depth will be 0. We're going to select flat depth, and we're going to go down to, let's go down to 0.5 inches. Then we're going to select our tool. Our tool here is going to be a V-bit. V-bit we're going to select is 1/2 inch. And everything here should be default, so that's fine. And just click select. Now we can see what we've done here. We can finally go down here. We can calculate. Calculate. Now the calculation is complete. We can even watch a little preview of it cutting out. Hey, all right. And we're going to click close. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to select toolpaths, which will select all of the toolpaths. And we're going to click this Save Toolpath command. Save Toolpath. We're going to have the selected toolpath, and we're going to select post-processor file. And this post-processor file, if you hit the T on your keyboard, will take us all the way down to Techno Arc ATC Inch. At that point, we're going to save our toolpath, and we'll get a dialog box that's going to pop up. We're going to save this toolpath under the following folder. We're going to save under MS Tech Ed, which you might have to go here over here on the left-hand side to this PC. MS Tech Ed, Students, Fin, Steam, Steam, whatever your period may happen to be here. In this case, it's 2B. In the third 12 weeks, there's a folder in here called Project Submissions, and the project here is called CNC Nameplate. You're going to save it as your name. At that point, you have properly saved your first CNC project.